So it's nice to see a little visual candy on your airwaves this morning, right? As you're looking live at Southern Pines. Beautiful day. I don't want to focus too much on that. I want to focus on what Elizabeth has behind her because we're finally seeing some activity from Alberto. Where are we with that?
So it is now inland over Mexico. It did make landfall before 8 o'clock. Still moving west at 13. Winds now at 45 miles per hour. So it's going to continue to weaken as it moves onshore. But as it moves onshore, it is moving over a very mountainous area. And with all the heavy rain, we're likely to see flooding and landslides. And that's not the end of the story because another system is likely to develop in the next couple of days and move across the same area. We've also had some flooding in Texas from this system. We may see the same again as we get into the weekend and early next week. Here's a look at future rainfall. Not as much potentially with the second system, but that may change over the next 7 days, looking at as much as 3 to 5 inches of rain, especially in southern Texas. But Mexico likely to see another, say, 5 to 10 inches of rainfall with that next system. And here's that next system right here, a 50% chance that it becomes tropical. But even if it doesn't become tropical, it's still going to dump a lot of heavy rain in the same place that Alberto did. We just saw an update here. Now we're up to 40% chance that this system off the coast of the southeast will develop. That's an interesting jump because this one just has not looked like it was going to do very much. So I'll keep a close eye on this. It looks like it's most likely going to come on shore here in Florida and Georgia, just with a lot of heavy rain. I wouldn't expect to see a lot of strong wind with this. Boy, we could definitely use some rain, but the models are not showing this really pushing a lot of rain into our area, mostly down to the south. And the second system here, likely to develop over the Yucatan Peninsula, moving across the Bay of Campeche, and then back here into Mexico again. Now, right here is Alberto, and you can see the heavy rain, the yellows and oranges, and we'll see that continuing during the day today, and gradually that begins to dissipate into Thursday and Friday. And then here's our little wave that develops here, bringing some rain to Florida, Georgia, even South Carolina. But right now, it just doesn't look like we'll see a whole lot of rain out of that. A cold front will sweep through by Monday, and that may bring us our next best chance for rain. Here's number 2 down in the Bay of Campeche, spreading some rain here into parts of Mexico and Texas. We'll watch that closely, of course, as we get into the weekend and let you know if there's any development that happens there. We're looking at a nice day today. It's been a pleasant start this morning. Temperatures will be hot later on. A blue sky in Chapel Hill, and of course, Fayetteville showing our newsroom there. Today is the summer solstice, first day of summer. Because the Earth is tilted on its axis this time of year, it is tilted toward the sun, and that gives us the longest day of the year today in the northern hemisphere. It's the shortest day of the year in the southern hemisphere, and of course, we'll see that changing by winter time. As we rotate around the sun, we have that axis, of course, then pointed away from the sun. So from here on out, our days will get ever so slowly shorter until we get to December. You may be looking forward to December when you take a look at our heat index. For the next 4 or 5 days, it'll be in the triple digits starting Saturday. Tomorrow's still going to be okay. Tuesday maybe 97, but boy, we've got a rough stretch headed our way. On late Sunday into Monday, we're going to see a cold front getting closer to us. May bring a few isolated showers and thunderstorms, but it doesn't look like any sort of all-day soaker, which we could definitely use. We're going to talk a little bit more about that heat index and when and if we may see a heat advisory coming up in just a bit. Ken?
All right.
8:43 is the time, and we have Sanford and sun and lots of heat out there, no doubt. Good morning to you folks in Sanford. Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. I can never resist that one.
You know, it's just us old people like you and me, Jeff, that even get that. I bet Chris Lovingood's over there going, what? For those of you youngins watching us, it was a great old 70s sitcom, Sanford and Son. All right, Durham, looking pretty, a good bit of cloud cover there. You can see Durham's in the shadows right now of those clouds, which, you know, keeps the temperatures from warming up very quickly, but none of these clouds are going to bring us any rain, and those clouds over Durham will dissipate pretty quickly. We're seeing mostly sunny skies across the bulk of the viewing area. 76 right now in the Triangle. We're mid-80s by lunchtime. Speaking of Durham, beautiful shot from Tess Murrow in Durham, weather watcher there. We would love to see your photos as well. Go to WRAL.com, search Weather Watchers, and upload a few of those, and we'll put them on TV. 91 today in Durham and Raleigh, 92 in Fayetteville, which is just a few degrees above normal for this time of year. We've seen, oh, I needed to move this back up to steamy. We did jump to steamy there, seeing that dew point climb to 67, but as the sunshine dries things out a little bit today, as it rises a little higher in the sky, it's going to drop back down into tolerable, and so it's going to feel very very similar to the way it did yesterday, but eventually it's going to climb. We have a band of, we have an air mass, I should say, that is to our south that has a lot more moisture with it. So, greater humidity that comes swinging in here as we get into Sunday and Monday. Now, Saturday will also noticeably be a bit more humid, but it's Sunday and Monday that it'll be humid enough to potentially bring us some dangerous heat. Our record high for Saturday and Sunday is 100, 97 Saturday, 98 Sunday, close to it, but we may not hit it. This is a look at heat advisories to our north. This is at least the third day in a row there have been heat advisories and excessive heat warnings in this area. So it's been pretty rough up to the north. We'll start to see that coming up. The shaded area there around Fayetteville and Raleigh is where the heat index could be around 105 on Saturday, but the orange area is moderate, so it's going to be closer to maybe 100. And then on Sunday, almost the entire area is in that major risk with that heat index near 100. 88 is our normal high, and we're looking at highs on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and much of next week in the upper 90s. And we're not going to get a break from this intense heat anytime soon. So 103 Saturday, if that isn't showing up, that's going to be 109 probably for Sunday, maybe 108 on Monday. Heat advisory criteria is 104 to 109. So it looks like we have a good chance of heat advisory maybe Sunday. We'll be on the lookout for an excessive heat warning, but that's maybe a little less likely. We have the potential for above normal temperatures all the way through the end of the month. You can see that reflected in the 7-day forecast. Upper 90s Saturday, Sunday, mid 90s Tuesday, back to upper 90s on Wednesday. Our only real chance of rain in the next 7 days is Monday.